In the world of One Piece, a bounty over 1 billion berries means you're not just strong, you're a nightmare for the world government. Today, we're going to look at 23 pirates who've reached that level and see why they're so dangerous. Let's dive in. At number 23, Jack the Drought, 1 billion berries. Jack is one of Kaido's top 3 fighters, known as the Three Disasters. He's massive, intimidating, and feared across the seas. Thanks to his ancient Zoan devil fruit, the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚑𝚝 model mammoth, Jack can transform into a gigantic mammoth, smashing through ships, cities, and armies with ease. Wherever Jack goes, destruction follows, and that's why the world government has a billion reasons to fear him. At number 22, 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛, 1.032 billion berries. The Straw Hats cook is more than just a chef, he's their second division commander and one of the fastest fighters in the crew. Sanji's kicks can crush steel, and he never uses his hands in combat. As part of the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛 family, his bloodline itself is dangerous to the world government. In Wano, he unlocked his hidden powers, gaining an exoskeleton and incredible new strength. His bounty isn't just for his fighting skill, it's for who he is. At number 21, Charlotte Katakuri, 1.057 billion berries. The Big Mom Pirate's strongest sweet commander, Katakuri is a man with a perfect combat record and unmatched composure. His Machi Machi no Mi lets him create and control deadly Machi attacks, and his advanced observation haki allows him to see slightly into the future. Few can land a hit on him, and his bounty is proof of how dangerous he is to anyone, pirate or marine. At number 20, Jinbei, 1.1 billion berries. The Straw Hats helmsman and former warlord of the sea, Jinbei is a master of fisherman karate and a true veteran of the seas. His calm nature hides his incredible battle strength, whether on land or underwater. He's played key roles in huge events like Marineford and Whole Cake Island. Now, as a member of Luffy's crew, his bounty has skyrocketed, because with Jinbei on board, the Straw Hats are even harder to stop. At number 19, Roronoa Zoro, 1.111 billion berries. The Straw Hats' first division commander and swordsman, Zoro is a relentless warrior with one goal, becoming the world's greatest swordsman. He wields 3 swords with unmatched skill. And in Wano, he awakened advanced conqueror's haki and scarred Kaido himself, a feat almost no one can claim. Zoro's bounty reflects his growing power and his loyalty to Luffy, which makes him a prime threat. At number 18, Queen the Plague, 1.32 billion berries. One of Kaido's all-stars, Queen is a mix of brute force and mad science. A former member of MADS, he's a cyborg with high-tech weapons and a deadly devil fruit. Queen's mix of brains and brawn makes him unpredictable in battle, the kind of opponent the world government would rather avoid. At number 17, Marco the Phoenix, 1.374 billion berries. The former first division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates. Marco is famous for his mythical Zoan fruit, the Tori Tori no Mi model, Phoenix. This power lets him heal from almost any injury and fly at high speeds, making him nearly impossible to take down. Once Whitebeard's right-hand man, Marco's legacy and abilities keep him in the Billion Berry Club. At number 16, King, 1.39 billion berries. Kaido's strongest subordinate and right-hand man, King is a member of the rare Lunarian race, people who can ignite flames on their bodies and survive extreme conditions. Add his Pteranodon ancient Zoan form, and you have a fighter with both insane speed and raw power. In Wano, King proved why his bounty is so high. At number 15, Boa Hancock, 1.659 billion berries. The pirate empress and ruler of Amazon Lily, Hancock is beautiful, dangerous, and almost untouchable. Her Mero Mero no Mi lets her turn enemies into stone using their own attraction against them. Once a warlord, she's now a free pirate again, and that makes her even more of a concern for the world government. At number 14, Dori Bragi, 1.8 billion berries each. The legendary giant warriors of Elbaf, captains of the giant warrior pirates, and now confirmed members of Shank's crew. Their sheer size and strength make them dangerous, but with a Yonko at their side, their threat level goes off the charts. At number 13, Crocodile, 1.965 billion berries. Once a warlord and the main villain of the Alabasta saga, Crocodile is now one of the leaders of Cross Guild alongside Mihawk and Buggy. His Suna Suna no Mi allows him to create and control sand, draining water from anything it touches. Crocodile's return to power has the world government watching him closely. At number 12, Loki, 2.6 billion berries. The mysterious Prince of Elbaf, Loki's bounty tells us he's a force to be reckoned with, even if we haven't seen much of him in action. The fact that a holy knight personally invited him says a lot about his status and strength. At number 11, Eustace Kid, 3 billion berries, captain of the Kid Pirates and one of the worst generation's most reckless fighters. Kid thrives on challenging the strongest. His Jiki Jiki no Mi gives him complete control over magnetism, letting him create massive metal weapons. He's fought Yonko head-on, and lived to tell the tale. That alone explains his massive bounty, and that's the first part of our list. The remaining 10 pirates are even more terrifying. We'll break them down in part 2. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.
And that's it for today. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime and manga content. See you in the next one.